SGA saying the Spurs are better than the Thunder. This is the first time OKC has lost back-to-back games by 15-plus points since the 2021-2022 season. Shai Gilgeous, I see you have the book out, the belt, the mask, the bag that may have bags in it, may have ingredients for a certain type of stuff.
Delusional props and the whole nine. I'm on the other side of the couch today, though.
You have shifted to the same side of the couch. So what's your reaction to the Spurs getting their third straight win over the Thunder this season?
Well, I left my book out in the car and it got a little wet. So it don't have the oomph that it used to have, but just so happened, I brought the other book. It's a bigger book. Call it the Book of Circles.
There are several circles on there.
Full circles. A lot of full circles in this book. And let's see, page 1. I'm always fucking right. I'm always fucking right. Yeah, let's go with this. Coming into the season, the Spurs, what did I say? Playing like a championship caliber team because they had a great training camp. All of their players come in knowing their roles, excessively those who can really play. Castle, Vassell, Johnson, and even Dylan Harper as a rookie came in knowing his place immediately. And no one predicted Victor Wembanyama to go down and them having to rebound, but actually getting their other leader, De'Aaron Fox, on the backup side to come in and pick up the pieces, right? You know, you pick up those pieces and you say, well, what do we got here? We got a pretty good team. Then you look at OKC. They're going on this run. And they're playing these teams that I said we can, pull it all back and go back to it. They're not playing nobody. Strength of schedule.
Worst strength of schedule in the league at the point that you made those comments.
And then all of a sudden they played a team that was pretty good, solid. I got a lot of pushback. I got a lot of flack. But luckily, we homeboys, so I don't really put him in the bag as much. I have a lot of leeway with him. I don't have his face on here. I leave his face out because we usually agree on shit.
I see it. I watch.
So now it's like, I feel bad. To call the whole cemetery and the crematory and tell her, look, I got a body on the way. So, OKC was the type of team that I seen, when we watch as hoopers, there are certain things that the fans can't pick up that we can. And that's certain qualities that certain players have, especially when I talked about coming back from a championship and not regrouping and not really adding pieces that can actually revamp your roster. They didn't do any of that. Caruso is already at his peak. He doesn't have a ceiling that's going to be like, oh, he's going to get better. Neither does Lou Dort. All of these guys are role players that are going to be in their role. But you look at a team like the Spurs, they got players that are going to get better continually. Vassell and Johnson held it down during the Pop era. They're ready to go to new heights. And now we're looking at a new coach that is letting them play. I think that OKC got drunk on that championship champagne. Jalen Williams saying they can beat the Bulls and the Warriors and all of these different things. Come in and then your boy, I wish this was the old
A lot
SGA,
of letters on that jersey.
Old SGA. But he says that this team is better. This team is better. No. So if this team is better and y'all ain't forcibly played any team like this all season, that record seems to be fool's gold to me.
Fugazi.
Now, I'm not saying that they can't get better. Not saying that they can't go on another run. But now they got harder teams that are watching, and us as hoopers, we see what's going on. We see, all right, these guys, let's let SGA get his points. Let's stop these other guys. Chet Holmgren is overrated. Jalen Williams got to get his groove back because he looked a little bit overrated as well. So now we watch the game from a different lens now. We're looking at them from a different lens, and hopefully the rest of the NBA is watching the same way.
So let's shift over to Kenyon. Rashad, a man of the people, Shai Gilgeous, said he could have put you in the body bag, called the cemetery, called the crematory.
Hey.
A proper service.
Hey. I just told him I was wearing the same shoes as him today, so we was good.
Did y'all just become best friends?
No. But yeah, he was right. That's all there's nothing that I could fight back. Yeah, there's no fight back with this when the team didn't beat you 3 times, like Shai said.
Can we clip that? Can we clip that? He was right. Can we clip that? I need that.
Clipping technology.
Social media.
Clipping technology.
Yeah, I'm going. Listen, I'm gonna be a man. Hey, I'm gonna be a man to stand on that. He was right. No, they have. I watched in depth, like, cause I really didn't watch in depth the first couple games. I watched the Cup game, but that was the first, and there was a lot at stake, the money on the line and all that. So I really didn't put too much into that one. I thought they would bounce back the next 2 and really try to figure this thing out. Playing in San Antonio was going to be tougher, but I thought they'll find a way to do it, and they got smacked by 20. Come back home 2 days later, playing at home. I'm like, they'll right the ship. Then you lose by 50. It's like, they got their number. Their wings and skilled guys match up and are probably more athletic than, not probably, they are more athletic than Oklahoma City's guys. Oklahoma City guys might be better shooters right now, but the totality of the game, I probably would, just watching it, I'm going to give the nod to San Antonio guys in that regard, right? They are, like I said, they still have room to grow. Castle and Harper and Johnson knows how to play. Vassell knows how to play. De'Aaron Fox knows how to play.
Even
I think Cornette, he knows how to play. So I think, and them leaning on the fact that they won some games without Wemby, right? That was huge for them.
They were 9-3 in those 12 games at Wemby.
Won some games without Wemby, so that was huge for their confidence. And I'm gonna go with the young coach aspect in this as well, right? That he speaks their language. He's young, so I thought this before Pop. Unfortunately, health reasons was the reason he had to step away. I was like, the older he got, I'm like, and they was drafting younger. They get first pick, second pick, third, like they getting top 5 picks every year. And I was like, yeah, they looking at Pop like their grandfather, right? They respect him, but they looking at like, what this old man can tell me, this is a new game. And I think that's where they were struggling at when Pop was still at the helms. Them buying into the message that Pop was teaching them. So for them to put a younger voice and a younger face in that seat, I think went a long way for them dudes, the way they're playing and how they're competing. So, but yeah, no, they got Oklahoma City number. And Oklahoma City, like Shai said, they got to look in the mirror. Because this team, they just as young as y'all. And they not going nowhere. And and you got to stop with this Caruso can guard fucking everybody thing.
Man,
like, let's stop
Draymond Green.
He's not. Listen. Let's stop that. Like, he can't guard Wemby, and you got 2 7-footers over there that you're paying. They need to try to put your big boy pants on and go guard Wemby and try to. But yeah, but Shad was right, and I eat crow today.
Okay. Shout out Mitt Johnson as well. You got to give it up to light-skinned dudes with the Labella-inspired curl.
Damn.
We are coming back.
You coming back?
We are coming back in 2026.
It's strong.
I might grow mine out. We'll see. But let's shift over here to Skip.
Well, go, Keeb. I want to hear what you have to say.
I just think the best teams in all sports, baseball, football, basketball, they always had that kryptonite. They had that team who going to pull up, not scared, young coach, and match them, man. The Spurs match their energy on defense. That's what they do. A lot of teams don't even try to match their energy on defense. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's why they cold. That's why they win games. They got young, athletic guys. They play defense. We gonna outwork your ass, outrun your ass. But shit, that's what the Spurs do. They stand on defense. They put Wemby in that middle, protect that rim, and they match you on that defense. So it's a rude awakening to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, they do the same thing we do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They got a young, athletic-ass team like we do. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. You meet your match. Yeah. You meet your match, man. And it's just a good matchup for the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? They fearless, man. They up and coming. They going to have some action.
Yeah. Okay. I grew up in Oklahoma City. Wasn't a Spurs, I was a Spurs fan for the longest time. Wasn't a Thunder fan until last year, when they got a hold of me, because I'd never seen anything like this in all my years of watching and studying the game you guys played at the highest level. And I couldn't believe how they were winning and dominating, and they were smoking teams with pot. I don't smoke pot, so I don't know. Who knows?
It's a good time to start, always.
I should
Always
maybe
a good
start.
Yeah.
This is a good place.
Well, I think
Right?
they were definitely they
Never
were
too
smoking
late.
on that loud pack last year. You're absolutely right, Skip.
They're smoking
Yeah.
teams with pot, as in points off turnovers.
Absolutely.
Never seen anything like it. That they just turn you over and they go score, and they turn you over and they go score, and teams couldn't match the rhythm of it, the ferocity of it, the overwhelming just dynamic of they smoked you with pot. And they did beat Ant-Man and the T-Wolves in the playoffs. And they did beat Joker in the playoffs. It took 7 games, but they did that. So you got to give them that, because I just kept saying, well, it'll end here, it'll end here, it'll end here. And it didn't end. And then the damnedest thing happened. For the first time I could remember in any sport, a team won a championship and lost nobody. Lost nobody. And I'm saying, damn, this is, should we go with the D word, or we got dynastic here? And they start off 24-1 because they blew a game at Portland late one night where half the starters didn't play and they didn't care. And the turning point came the day before the Cup semifinal against these Spurs, when SGA was asked in the media availability, you guys interested in breaking Golden State's 73-9 all-time wins record? And what did he say? I was watching it live, and I thought, okay, just deflect it. Just say, no, we got a lot. We're 50 wins from that now. They're 24-1, but they're 50 wins away from doing this, right? And he embraced it, man, and it came across as arrogant and condescending, where the reigning MVP said, yeah, we want to win every game. And by the way, at that point, they looked to be like they were going to be favored to win every game the rest of the regular season.
Yep.
And that lit the Spurs fire, because the Spurs don't like this team. And especially Wemby does not like Chet Holmgren and is offended that Chet is even in the same sentence with him. So he's going to come out on fire, as are they against SGA. And it reminds me of the old Tyson line about everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yep.
The MVP just got punched in the mouth 3 straight games. He couldn't MVP against these guys because, as Kenyon said, they got too many long, strong defenders, and they can just keep wearing his ass out with long, strong after long, strong after long, strong. And it starts with Stephon Castle. I'm telling you, right before our eyes, he's turned into a star to me, two-way star.
Sure.
And Vassell can defend, and Harrison Barnes is the experienced one, can defend. And Keldon Johnson at 6'6" can come in. He weighs 225. He can come in and make it hard on SGA. So to me, I'm looking at these numbers. SGA in these 3 games is 3 of 17 from 3. 3 of 17, but more important, how does he wear your ass out? It's at the free throw line. So what's happened in these 3 games? He's averaging 5 makes a game. Last year, he led the league with 8 makes a game, and he led the playoffs with 8 makes a game. The refs are saying, no, they're better than you. They're making you work. They're not letting you shoot 3s, because everybody plays him to shoot 2s, and he just sits back there and is like, he's got that little last-second snap in his 3, like, I'll just take this 3. Not against these guys. They play him in his jock when he crosses half court. And I've seen him. He looks lost to me against this team. And I want to make the point. The Spurs are now the best team in the NBA because not only do they have Oklahoma City's number, they have smashed the number.
Yes.
These games have not been close. I know the first game, the Cup semifinal, was a 2-point game. It wasn't nearly that close. And then the next 2 are just complete wipeouts. It's 130 to 110 at San Antonio and 117 to 102 yesterday at Oklahoma City. It's a wipeout. And let me say this about Wembanyama. This is fascinating to me because if you look hard at the games he's started in the NBA, they're 49 and 81 as a team with him as a starter. 49 and 81. The last 2 years, I kept looking at it saying, he's a freak. He's an alien. He's by far the best defensive player in the league, but in the games he starts, they can't win, and they haven't made the playoffs the last 2 years. What changed? Well, what changed was, as you pointed out, they had to go 12 games without him, and they won 9 of them without him. And in the games he has not started, they're 15-4 because he's at his best when he comes off the bench, and he's the first to admit, my energy comes and goes. Well, if you bring him in against Chet as a detonator off the bench, he just comes and plays angry, just like they play angry against SGA. He's coming in he only played 23 minutes yesterday and changed the game. So I don't know how much longer he's going to sit still for coming off the bench.
I want to know that as well.
Okay, it's a big question. But right now, they are a better team with him playing 23, 24, 25 minutes because when he plays 35 minutes, the ball stops with him because they start trying to feed him in the post, and he's not a very good paint player, and he wants to
bad shot selection.
He wants to shoot threes. By the way, he made 4 out of 5 threes in these 3 games, and they've made 38%. So they're just shooting the lights out against these guys, but mainly they've intimidated him. They broke their aura. They shattered Oklahoma City's confidence, where they just look lost against the Spurs because the Spurs are just, not only are they better, I think they're way better. They're arriving right before your very eyes. I know you guys have gone back and forth about rivalry, but right now it's a one-sided rivalry, it looks like to me, because Oklahoma City's not holding up its end of the bargain anymore.
Not showing
right?
up.
They don't have a chance this season unless they meet in the playoffs to redeem that.
Yeah.
Because they got one more game late.
I think 2 more games this season.
Oh, because
the
in-cup doesn't count.
So they got 5 total games.
So 5, so they play each other. So
And I think they played before the
time to
trade deadline.
get the next 2.
Like January 13th, I think is the next game.
Yeah, so I told Rashad, I said, hey, they guarding these boys off the bus.
Yes.
They are.
My exact message when you said they guard, like I
the bus.
listen, they are guarding them dudes off the bus.
My God.
So, and they're not afraid. And I just want to, like, when you're on a minute restriction, like, and the injury that I understand it's a rhythm thing now because the starters are in a rhythm. But it's time to get this dude back in the lineup. He still plays 23, 25 minutes.
Still keeping them postseason award eligible.
That's what it is.
I think
that's what it is.
Skip was definitely fucking cooking with no grease just now, right? And when you say that, you got to think about the dynamics of what he means when Wemby's coming off the bench and the record and how it reflects that. Reminds me of Ginobili.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We were talking about De'Aaron Fox or Harper being one of the Ginobili brands, and it's like it makes sense. And I don't think Wemby has a problem with it right now because his focus is winning. And the team dynamic, the team chemistry, with him coming off the bench, like you said, the explosiveness, the detonation of him coming in and knowing how to change the game with what's missing in the game at the moment. You let Cornette set the tone. Yeah. What's going to happen here? Are we being taken advantage of on the offensive glass? Are we handling the defensive glass? Are we getting stops? Are we smoking our pot? Right? So if we are doing what we're supposed to be doing when he comes in, he gets to be comfortable not having pressure on him. He's a pressure release guy now. And think about what your pressure release guy is if he's 7'4", can shoot the 3, can dribble, can block everything down there. Like, that's a hell of a fucking pressure release. We've never seen anything like that specifically. So I like this approach for them. I love it.
Jalen Williams
and to piggyback on what y'all saying, right? Wemby he's a security blanket, right? So him not being out there with the starters, it forces them to defend on the ball better.
It does.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It forces, because you don't have that, oh shit, hey.
Yeah.
Hey! Big fella back there. Like, you're more laxed at times than you would make that extra slide than you, like, I'm gonna cut you 1 and 2 off, you gotta go to 3 to get by me. Most of the time you make 2, you're like, shit, big fella back there. Right? Shit, big fella clean that up. So, but it forces them guys to be better on the ball. So, man.
When the game ends, he gonna be out there. So
Yeah,
No, he will.
Yeah.
He will.
Yeah,
sometimes you just gotta accept that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's what's better for the team
right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Spurs have
Right
whooped
now,
the
but
Thunder's
they're-
ass 3 times with Wemby on a minutes restriction all 3 of those
Yep.
games. Does it get scary?
It's
Like you
scary.
said,
Oh.
now if he increases that workload, increases those minutes,
Does it
for these
change?
next 2 games, does that change?
Does it change his production, though? That's the thing. You don't want it to change his production. So maybe he can only play 25 minutes a night at the highest peak. Maybe he gasses out and you can only, maybe that's his thing. Maybe because his size and
But here's
maybe they
what
know
they have
that.
going for them. I had this rule for 20 years. Don't draft American 7-footers in the lottery because they're going to bust on you. And Luke Cornett is not a bust. Like he's decent. He's reasonable. He can hold his own.
Yep.
I mean, he's averaging like 8, 7, and 2 blocks a game. I mean, so they're okay.
So,
Right?
Skip, so
Yeah.
American 7-footers are going to do what?
Bust.
There's a lot of
All over the-
Yeah.
There's a lot of whoa. They're gonna do what?
They're gonna bust.
No, we get what you're
Nah,
saying.
Yeah.
It's just
We're a little
sounds
like
crazy.
on this couch.
Yeah.
It's just where you said they was gonna buzz.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
It's just where you said they was gonna buzz.
Yeah. No, I got it. But you can't, for years and years, you just couldn't trust American 7-footers in the lottery. You go back and look, and all of a sudden, Luke Cornett, he's pretty good, and they like playing with him, and he can block shots. So they have a good 1-2. You know what? He's about as good as Chet is. That's the truth.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Him and Harkenstein.
Cornett is good as Chet.
Let me tell you
I
what
mean, he's
How
in the
much he average?
ballpark.
How much is he averaging?
We pull it up.
Listen,
Look,
look, stats
No,
aside.
no.
He is a champion.
Well, hold on,
No,
Joe.
not yet.
Stats aside, Cornett.
8 and 7.
What did Cornett do for
I'm with it.
the Boston
No,
Celtics?
I'm with it.
Right? What he
Yeah.
did for the Boston Celtics is similar to what I seen Nick Collison do with Kansas.
Yeah.
The things that he can do are overlooked for real hoopers. When you watch Cornett play, we're talking about the substitution pattern for San Antonio.
Yeah.
When Cornett's in and they sub Wemby out, like you said, you got to force those guys to guard more. Now we're more in shell defense. We're more into, we know we got to help recover. You got to come over, show your body, and he can block shots. He can actually block shots, and he loves to rebound. The only difference is he's not 7'4".
No.
He's not overly athletic,
obviously.
but he
No.
understands
Yeah.
how to play the game. And that's what I loved about him in Boston. When I picked Boston,
Yeah.
I was like, look, we got Cornett,
Yeah.
we got Horford, we got Jaylen Brown and fucking Jason Tatum, but all we need is somebody that can be a presence. And he reminded me like an old school Kevin McHale type, where he was just
was.
in there.
That's
He
true.
wasn't overly athletic, but he knew where to be. He knew how to be a presence. And now, full circle, when you just said that about the American centers,
Yep.
it does make sense because we've perpetuated this expectation for American centers to be all-time greats when they come out. And when you look at college and how they form these American centers, and they're not being formed to be greats. They're formed to be role players. They're formed to go in and know exactly what to do. The last one that I really see, and he's not really American, is like Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, when he was there, he was a real center.
Different.
Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns, they didn't play long enough in college for us to say, well, they're going to be all-time great centers. They're turning out to be
Yeah.
such.
But I'm just talking about white guys.
Yeah,
That's
white.
all.
We're
Yeah.
even thinking that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
white
okay,
guys.
okay,
So
okay.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Well, Zach Edey, he's not necessarily American, but
No.
you know, he's one of those guys. You'd be like, well, he knows how to play. You don't see him being an all-time
No.
great right
No,
now, but
all-time great.
when you put him in the game,
Yeah.
him and Luke Cornett next
Yeah.
to each other, you're like, hey, these motherfuckers know how to play.
That is true.
So, Kenny, I got a question for you. So after the Spurs eliminated the Thunder in the NBA Cup, you said you wouldn't even start to consider this a rivalry unless the Spurs could win their next 2 games against the Thunder convincingly. They did that, putting the proverbial belt to OKC's ass with an average margin of victory of nearly 18 points. So can we officially call the Spurs and Thunder a rivalry?
Now, they haven't beat him yet, so no.
So you got to beat them in the playoffs for you to...
No, yeah, I just don't think it's a rivalry yet. Once they play in the playoffs, like the Spurs are making a name for themselves, absolutely. Like I said, I think rivalries are made in the playoffs. That's just my opinion. I think once you see a team in the playoffs and you play a long, grueling series and then you meet again, and you two up-and-coming teams, I think it's a rivalry. San Antonio is kicking their ass right now.
So who OKC rivalry?
They
Then?
don't have one.
San Antonio.
That's why I say they got to
San
have.
Antonio.
Gotta,
When I show
creating
up-
it right now.
They're curating it, but it's not there yet.
When I show
agree
up
with
and I say, fuck you.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree
Right?
with you.
And
But
you
right
say what?
now,
And me as
they
the
kicking
champ,
ass right now.
once I say
It's
these
one-sided right
motherfuckers
now.
better than us.
We know we showing up
It
every
is,
time.
It's one-sided right
I'm
now.
getting my team right. That's what really I'm doing mentally.
Yeah.
Hey, they
Have to.
better than us.
It's one-sided right
Getting
now.
us.
But it's
ranked
still a
fucked up.
rivalry, though, because when we show up, we know that
San
there's
Antonio
nobody
treated it as
else
such.
in this league.
San Antonio treating it as such.
We have to, but
So
y'all.
Okay,
But does the
gonna
Thunder
treat
need
that
to do
such-
They
that
have to now.
Yeah, now they have to treat
They
them like
have
one as
to
well.
now, but we'll see how the next two games
When I
go.
challenge you to a duel,
if they come out and smack them, if San Antonio come out and beat them the next two games as well, it's not a fucking rivalry.
when I challenge you to a duel, and I say, let's go outside, let's take these 10 paces, what you gonna say?
I'm gonna take
No?
9.
You gonna say no?
I'm gonna take 9.
You gonna have to do, but you have to
Shoot you
show
in your
up.
back.
When we ready to duel, you have to show up. I'm challenging you to a duel.
Yep.
Let's go. Turn your back. Let's take these 10 paces. No matter when you turn around and shoot, I'm calling you out in front of the whole town.
I dig it.
What's up? Every time we come to town, where he at? SGA, get your ass out here.
But he didn't die every time, so it ain't no rivalry.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't no-
Hey, you got 9 lives. We got 8 more of these motherfuckers
Hey, he
to
didn't
go.
die
Come on.
every time so far. So,
Shit.
but yeah, it's.
Hey, come out with your armor on next time, nigga.
Yeah, I just don't think rivalry's happening to the playoffs. Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And may I
like I
add,
said, so I'll let you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think right now, we were talking about it the other day. I think Denver is a closer rivalry than San Antonio because they've played 7-game
They did.
series, and it's a possibility for them
Good
to do
point.
it again.
And they're both champions.
And they both. So that's my thing. I think they're closer than that. But San Antonio, they own fucking Oklahoma City's heels in that regard of being. But right now, they just kicking Oklahoma City ass. They got their number. They confident. They defending them. They not letting them run in transition. They doing everything that other teams hadn't done to them. And yeah, they got their goddamn number.
and we haven't even mentioned a key player for the Spurs now. De'Aaron Fox last year was voted the clutchest player in the NBA. He is a closer. He is a Laker killer, just a killer. Just
hard to
wears them out in any big game or playoff game or whatever. And he's now a San Antonio Spur. And he was a different. He scored 29 yesterday because they just couldn't stop him. And he contributed nothing in the first 2 of these 3 games. And then yesterday, all of a sudden, how are you going to, at Oklahoma City, how are you going to overcome 29 from him when Wemby's playing angry against Chet? You just, and Stephon Castle is a freaking star. You know, it's too much firepower because in the end, Oklahoma City, as much as I like J-Dub, he made the All-Star team, but he's just a role player. He's just a very good role player. They got a bunch of good role players, and they have the MVP. And when San Antonio says MVP can't MVP anymore, now what you got? You got nothing. And they got De'Aaron Fox scoring 29, mid-range.
duo.
He's sweet, man.
Sweet.
He just,